And I don't believe in hyphens either.
But all right, so it's and you know, equal, making this equal. If she get down on bending knee, she asks to marry her, then why can't he take her last name?
Are you
I mean,
kidding
you can
me?
do what you want. Tradition is
I'm
tradition.
just asking a question. It's okay. It's okay for her to propose. So why is it not okay for him to take her last name instead of her taking his last name?
Well, Ricky Williams just did that. The ex-football player.
Yeah.
Ricky Williams just did that. He took on his wife's last name. The one thing that I want to make clear, I'm not against all of this nuanced stuff, unless it's pedophilia, it's you know, this whole gender, all of that stuff. Like I don't pedophilia, like if stuff that I'm against. But all of this nuanced stuff that the ladies want, take my last name. If that man want to take your last name, then that's what he decides to do.
That's just the type of man.
But if you're going to do that, if you're going to do that, you don't get to customize the circumstances. You don't get to open up the can of worms, take out one worm, and close the can back up. No, you get everything that comes along with it. Because I'll be the first one to tell you this: if you bring to a man that you want him to take your last name, an alpha man is never going to do that.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cancer Conversations. I am your host, Kyra. How are y'all doing today? I hope everybody having a wonderful, beautiful day in this fucked up ass weather. I am tired of the rain. I am tired of it being cold. I am tired. But that's neither here or there. I hope y'all had a good day, though. So we just going to get this party started. Our first guest, well, we don't have Roshan today. He is at fire. So we won't get to hear all his lovely facts about life and red flags. So we do have Mr. Deacon in the house.
I say good morning.
Derek.
So it is.
It's morning. It's dark as hell right now.
80% of life happens in the car. And there's red flags. There's 20% of red flags that we see waving in the wind when the wind be winding. And 10% of black males eat flags for dinner, but poop out cones. Caution. So those are the statistics for tonight.
No, you not trying to take over show job.
I'm trying to hold down the statistics.
And doing it badly. Sure, I'm looking at this shit like, what the hell? Oh, God. Well, Sean isn't here, but we do have a recurring guest host. We have the lovely and beautiful Miss Lala. Hey, girl.
Hey. Hey. How you doing?
If everybody don't remember, Miss Lala was up here a while ago, so she came to grace us with her presence and her conversation. So we thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You know. All right, yeah, I ain't got no videos today. We just straight shooting it. With this topic, when dating, should you ignore the red flags just to say or be in a relationship? Now, I know everybody unseen, who the fuck did I marry? We all done seen how homegirl ignored every damn red flag in America and still
That's
married them.
funny
And
statement. She
still
said it was the Olympics. The
I haven't
the
watched it.
Olympics. What else? What else? She said something.
he was he was doing a lot. He had offshore accounts. He had kept saying he was gonna buy her house and she ain't never get the damn house. Was gonna buy her
No,
cars,
at all.
could never get her car. He was a
He didn't-
VP. He was a VP at his job. He was a forklifter. Shit.
He had a BMW job car vehicle, work
Company
vehicle,
car.
company
The
car, and he
company
couldn't
car.
take up to the office because his card wouldn't work on the weekend.
He was just doing a whole lot of some lying. He killed his parents.
He even gave his deceased father more children.
then killed the stepkids. Said the daughter died and the
And
daughter
he had a niece he was sending clothes to, but it wasn't his niece. Oh, he had a bunch of brothers and sisters.
It was just a whole bunch. It was sad. That's what it was. It was sad. And she ignored every red flag that was given to her, that was shown to her. Even the Lord tried to tell her what she said her tire had bust. She caught a flat on the way to the date, the first date. The Lord was telling her no.
He wasn't listening.
She sure wasn't. She was not listening. And she ended up in a messed up, traumatizing situation. And now she got PTSD and every other thing because she ignored all the red flags.
To be in a relationship and a marriage.
Yeah. She said she wanted to be married and she wanted to have kids. And she just took the first thing that came. She just said, fuck it.
He paid all the bills in here, so he said she ain't never, so when you look at stories like this, right, and I think about some of the things that she mentioned, and one of the things that stuck out to me was that she said that she's always paid her bills herself and took care of herself.
Mm-hmm.
So I was more intrigued with the idea of the fact that he was coming in there and he was willing to pay all the bills. And she was just had her money to herself. So that in itself for some women is very intriguing, right? Very like, oh, I don't got to pay no bills. You paying all the bills. Okay. So you might, miss a few things, as opposed to somebody coming in there that don't pay nothing and telling you, well, you see all them red flags. You might be like, nah, I see through that. But when you have some, it sounds like he's definitely a psychosocial, but he had his stories together. He was giving you facts. He was giving her facts.
Yeah. I get it. He treated her better than she'd been treated before. So that was
a red flag.
Yes. And she had her own little, I think to me from what I was hearing, it was like she had her own little makeup things in her head of how what she wanted and how she was gonna get it. Mm-hmm. And she couldn't let it go. Like, because you moved the man in 2 months later. You didn't even know that man and he was living in your house in 2 months.
Because she didn't want to quarantine by herself. COVID was a lonely time for some people.
That's the big thing. Because what are you supposed to do? COVID had cats living together who didn't want to live together. So if you living by yourself, you was stuck. If don't when COVID hit and you was stuck with your side chick, you might as well just had called your main chick and told her that it was over.
So here's the thing.
But even if you didn't want to, even if though it was quarantine and you didn't want to, quarantine by yourself or whatever, he was a stranger.
He wasn't.
Like, do you really know somebody in 2 months?
I think that when you're at a certain age, right, you're more eager to kind of just go with the flow no matter the time frame, right? When you're younger, you're like, oh, I gotta make him wait. When we older, it's like, yo, what's up? What's the deal? So I mean, yeah, I do agree that he was a stranger, but I think that, she said the first conversation they talked about it their entire life, and to her, that was her comfort. I think that when it comes to red flags, I think everyone has experienced a situation where they ignored a red flag, small or big,
Absolutely.
right? And I think that in our own mind, everyone has their own mindset and think different. So it's almost like, that's like a red flag, but everything else is cool. So I'm gonna just kind of act, maybe it'll get better, or, I mean, I think there should be some limits to red flags now.
Right.
You go to the realtor, and the
I mean,
realtor's like,
think
oh, huh?
nobody's perfect, so everybody's going to come with a certain number of red flags.
Same as
Um,
Darlene.
and if you step out of a or shut down a relationship just off the first three red flags you see, um, you set your life up to be for the lifetime alone. Um, I think there are levels to it, and there are certain flags that there are non-negotiable flags that you be like, all right, absolutely not. I'm gonna keep it pushing. And then there are red flags that you be like, oh, you know, it's something like his breath stink, or
That's
you
not
know,
a red flag.
huh?
It's a hygiene issue.
What'd you say?
I said his brush stink is not a. Oh yeah, 2 weeks. It's not a red flag. That's something fixable unless you
Yeah, but
have
that's
internal.
what people say. I have a lot of friends who are very big on hygiene, and they'll tell you that that's a no go for them.
That's
Like
a tunnel.
if they got the yak mouth and breast thing, and one of my one of my real good friends, um, she said uh, she throws up in her mouth if like she's a scent person, so
Ew.
she picks up scents, and her stomach is weak. So if they breast stink or um,
So what she do in the morning after after the activities?
right, so I guess she's going through breast.
I'm just asking.
She
She
said
said
breast.
she moved to um. She said she moved him in 2 weeks and was 2 months pregnant. In 2 months she was pregnant. He was
Yeah,
giving
this she miscarried.
her all of that business.
He was in there. He was in there shooting up the whole club. She was
What he was giving,
her
he was
inside
showing
walls
some
looked like a.
signs, honey.
He was doing something, but it wasn't right.
It was right. It was right. He got in there. He got in there.
What he was doing to her wasn't right. Like, I know she felt emotionally
You
abused.
Was it really? Listen, if somebody, the Bible tells us wisdom. Sometimes, no matter how bad you may want it, or how bad you may want certain things, there are certain things that just don't check out.
Absolutely. And I do think that sometimes when you are dating and stuff, you do see red flags in people, but it's like you have to make a choice. It's like, can I deal with this forever?
I
Or
ask myself that all
is
the
this
time.
a non-negotiable for me? Because I think everybody come with red flags. I don't think anybody lacks a red flag or two, because you can't be everything for one person.
Right.
It's just, to me, it's impossible. But I think that when you do see a red flag, you kind of make it pinkish, because it's like, okay, I could deal with this. I can compromise and I could deal with it. But when you just a straight up habitual liar, I can't do that. Because
like
how do you
over and over.
trust?
And then, like, and honestly speaking, sometimes you just can't believe that a person is just like, you just can't believe it. Like, you serious? Like, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
it's like, it's too good to be true type of thing. And when it's too good to be true, that shit ain't true.
Like, you showed me a Chase bank account with $96,000 in it or something like that, and or 96 I don't remember the exact number. And I can't get a car, or we can't close on a house but you trying to do a cash um deal, but you don't have the cash. Like, how many times y'all gonna go through that? Like, that was one of the, to me, that would have been like a whole red flag. First of all, why are we just doing the house for you with you and your income and all that, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think that, and I think the whole pregnancy thing was very quick, but that happens all the time, right? One night stands end up in pregnancies, right? And that's something that she wanted. And a lot of times, women, when we want something, we will go for what we want and work hard to get what we want, no matter what the circumstances is. Especially when it comes to bearing a child.
That's true.
When it comes to
That's
bearing a
true.
child, we don't think about, and I think that's for a lot of us, don't think about the consequences and how we have to explain to our children how we got here later.
Because mama was being a hoe.
So mommy was only thinking about herself and not what the consequences are later on when the father is absent and we have to raise those kids. But yeah,
Mama was being a hoe. I mean, I get it. She wanted the husband and then the children, and like she said, she was devastated that she wasn't married when she ended up getting pregnant. But you know what comes with sex, so you shouldn't have been too devastated.
The woman was on quarantine. It wasn't like the drugstore was closed. Those first couple of weeks on quarantine, the first couple of months of quarantine, you couldn't get nothing.
Okay, I understand that, but you can't.
Not even condoms.
Everybody know what come with sex, so you can't be devastated and be like, "Oh my God, I'm pregnant." If you was having sex,
they met on a dating site, and he had 2 profiles, right?
Yeah, 2 profiles,
right? So, she knew what it was. She knew what she wanted. Like, I believe that, she probably didn't know it was going to go that far, but let's be real. You meet somebody on a dating site and you like, come on, let's go out, let's go over. How much conversation you really trying to have? I'm just at a certain age.
It's
right?
like you taking a chance anyway when you find somebody on the dating app, because sometimes they're telling the truth, sometimes they not. Sometimes some pics, they ain't what they really look like. So it's again, when you taking a 50-50 chance, when you sitting up there on those dating sites, meeting somebody. Hell, you could meet a damn a killer on one of them damn dating sites.
Right.
And you didn't even know it. But I think it just depends on how desperate you really are to have somebody in your life.
I was taken back when she asked him for his social security number after they was married, because she had to give a background check for her job. This was after they was married. So you didn't have any information.
Remember? She had the marriage license. He gave her a totally different social security number.
Right.
Yeah. Crazy. She didn't ask no questions. That was the problem. She didn't ask no questions. She was just rolling with it.
I think things that we should ask, like, what do you define to be a red flag?
Thomas, Mac, here he come. This is our devil child right here.
That's true.
Maggie Mac is our devil child right here. You can meet, and yes, I agree, you can meet crazy people anywhere, but when you on them dating sites, you meet crazy people and liars and everything else on them dating apps. I would rather go somewhere where I know some people or I'm familiar with than be on a damn dating app. I'm sorry.
I don't have that experience on a dating app. I met quite a few interesting people. We just wasn't,
I'm scared. I'm scared of dating apps only because one time I was watching TV. I was watching the news, and this woman met a man on a dating app, and they was talking for a long period of time or whatever. Finally, she felt like she trusted him enough to go on a date with him. She went on a date with her and her friend and him, and her. It was a couple's date. And since the date was going so good, she was like, they said it was okay that he was gonna take her home or whatever. The woman never made it home. He done raped and killed the damn woman and stuffed her in a damn trash can. And I was just like, oh yeah, no, thank you, sir.
There's some rules to this now. Like, I'm not getting in your car. I'm not going to your house. I mean, I do think that you're right. I think that it's definitely dangerous, especially nowadays. And if you watch a lot of IG, forget about it. You're just not going to do it at all.
Yeah, I never.
But I think so. I think about like red flags just to be in a relationship in different generations, right? I remember when I was in my 20s and all my friends before we got married. I don't know. I didn't know you should. No, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying that I have access to everything if I need it. I don't need to memorize it. I don't feel like it's necessary when it comes to Social Security number, but I do think that I should know where it's at and have access to it. That's just my opinion, right? But what I was saying, oh no, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I was saying generations, right? So I remember when I was in my 20s and all my friends was getting married, right? I didn't really get married. I was like, I don't know. But I did get engaged, right? It was like I was in that era where I didn't know if I wanted to get married or I wanted to get married, but I was engaged, right? Everybody's getting married. It's that time, right? In my late 20s, almost early 30s. And then I was like, I don't want to get married. I'm good on this, right? But there was a lot of red flags in that situation for me. But because it was like everybody else is getting married, I need to be down too. And that was younger me, right? When I got older, I was like, I met a lot of guys. My early 40s, when I turned 40, I would meet guys, and every single guy I met thought that I wanted to get married. It was almost like, oh, you 40? Oh, you gotta want to get married. And I used to be like, no, I'm good. Right? Some men think that because of your certain age that's what you want, right? So again, some women are at a certain age where they want to have a baby, they want to get married, so they sacrifice and they deal with a lot of things just to get what they want. And then the backlash be crazy because red flags is real. I think that I tell my daughters, listen, pay attention to the red flags. Just pay attention.
But my question is, what red flags do you run from?
Any red flags that go against your.
What'd you say, Tabby?
Any red flag that goes against your any red flags that goes against your morals or your beliefs.
Red flags.
You should not have to.
Inconsistency, right? Stealing my money. Yep. Stealing money, right? Lying, not dishonesty, right? And an extensive criminal history.
Oh, definitely, honey.
Right? Unemployment, substance abuse, not I have a beer every now and then. Substance abuse. If I never met your family at all, and it's always an excuse, that's a red flag for me. I don't do that. Because every time I've ever talked to somebody that was like, oh, my family, whatever, they had a wife. Right?
Wow.
They had a wife. I think that's those are significant things that we have to pay attention to, because when some people, you gotta, first of all, I was told when I was younger to pay attention to how a man treats his mother.
True.
Right? Absolutely.
And at one point I was like, I don't know what that means, because your son be cursing at you all the time. What you talking about? Like, what? But then I realized that sometimes that is accurate, right? But other times, if he can be disrespectful to his mother, he can definitely be disrespectful to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why they always say you watch how he treat his mother, because that's the same way he's gonna treat you.
What red flags you got as a man?
Liar, finessers. If every time we turn a finesser, every time I turn around, you out here trying to get you $1, you trying to get you some coins out of my pocket, then that's an automatic red flag for me. Like if I'm talking to you on the phone and then next thing I know you talking about, well, if you can't talk to me next week, because you know my phone's be off.
Yeah, maybe she means that though. I'm gonna pay it. I'm gonna just pay it next week. Just text me on my other phone.
Nope. I'm like, you got Wi-Fi? I hit you on social media. But yeah, that's like
sometimes it be hard out here.
Drama. That's a real red flag. Like I was
red flag. What about a person that has children with their share?
Has children with their what?
Like if you meet somebody that has a younger child and the interaction has to take place between the kid's father.
That's not a red flag because I got young children.
No. I mean, so you have circumstances like you dating somebody and they have a kid and they say, "Oh, I gotta go over here and put my kid to sleep," but my kid don't go to sleep till 1:00 in the morning. That's a red flag. I can care less. I'm not trying to hear none of that.
If he always said he's baby mama's house.
Why do you have to go to your kid's mother's house and put your kid to sleep?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's inconsistencies. That's stuff that doesn't make sense. Stories that don't make sense.
Yeah, that's
like it has to make sense. The story has to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, then most times you can smell it a mile away.
Oh, we're gonna go put that baby sleep together. Come on, hey girl.
We about to be one happy to your family up in here.
Oh, you got
no. A real red flag for me. Even though I can't stand a liar, I hate liars. Don't ever let me catch you lying. But a big ass red flag is if a man got kids and he don't take care of them.
But they gonna tell a story. But let me tell you something. A lot of men will tell their stories to new women and they'll believe it, eat it all up.
But I think it's a double-edged sword because you can be. I've said it a number of times where I think men who don't take care of their kids are way more desirable from women than a man that takes care of his children. Because if you are involved in your children's lives, a lot of women like, oh well, I can't deal with that, or you don't have room for me. There's no room for me when you got to be focusing on your kids and stuff like that. Like so, and this is young and old. It's not like it's an age thing because I met some older women who said stuff like that come out of their mouth. So it's like either if you're going to be in your kid's life, you can't they're like, well, focus on your kids, and then when your kids get old enough, then you can start dating. You hear that? Joy say that all the time.
Well, that's a red flag that you shouldn't be messing with homegirl because if any woman got an issue with a man taking care of his kids, she's not the one. Because
I have no desires to deal with a man who does not take care of his kids. As soon as I find out you got a kid and you trying to walk with me, we're going to pick up that kid. Blended family it is. But I don't have no respect for a man that don't take care of his kids. I don't care how many kids you have. Anytime I've been in relationships, I gotta meet the baby mama. I need to meet the kids. Let's go. Because I don't want your baby mother to be uncomfortable with your kids being with me. I want them to know they're gonna be in a safe place. I have my own kids and vice versa. Like I think it's important. And I totally dislike when I hear women say, oh, he don't need to take care of his kids. I do think that there should be some boundaries when it comes to your relationship dynamic, and that little thing, like she shouldn't be calling you at 2:00 in the morning talking about, oh, your daughter want to stay high. Like, get out of here. No.
Yeah, don't be disrespectful.
Yeah.
That'll get your
I also think that it's the man's job to set the tone.
Absolutely. But you got to take care of your kids. I'm sorry.
That's an ultimate red flag. That's enough to get you cut off completely.
Absolutely.
You got a kid, but I ain't never seen a kid. Where the kid at?
Exactly. And even if a man do got a sob story, my baby mother don't let me see my kid or whatever, then you being his woman, then you help guide that man so he can see his damn kids.
Why you ain't go to court yet?
Exactly. Like it's 101 questions that I gotta know. I'm gonna have a whole damn list of why you didn't do X, Y, Orange, Z before you want to sit up here and say she won't let you see your kids.
I mean, there's
You
a
have
lot.
to.
A lot of consequences for women, and you know, I think we've all been through it. I think men too, when you don't pay attention to red flags. A lot of consequences, like not being finding out about a person's background and then finding out that you got a pedophile around your kids or a registered sex offender around your children.
I'm sorry, y'all, they out here.
That's a real red flag, and a lot of people are like, oh, you know, the story he told me, it wasn't the same. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I do think that there are some people that are lonely, right? You know, um, don't understand why they don't fit the quota of what a woman should look like in today's society, so they're not getting approached. I hear that a lot. I don't get
Yeah,
approached because I don't meet the quota, but I think that there are men that like all shapes and sizes of women, right? And when if a woman feels that way when someone does approach her, then she makes herself accessible for whatever comes her way because she wants to be in a relationship.
Mhm.
And then these are the same situations where you hear later on, well, I should have known, I
I
saw
should
it.
have known better.
I remember my situation where I was like, girl, you is out of your mind.
Yeah, and I
Already
think every woman has been played once or twice. You know what I'm saying? Ignoring the red flags, you get played. You feel some type of way. You want to kill a nigga, but I'm about to slash his tires. Type
Yeah.
of
I'm gonna cut up all your. I'm gonna cut up your favorite basketball jersey and your favorite Jordan and put them in the Jordan box, little piece in front of your door. Yeah, and ring the doorbell. Here you go.
yes, that's that. That's that type of because you know, but who do you blame? Do you blame yourself because you knew you saw those red flags and you just continued to be with this person until he sucked you dry? Or like you have to, I guess a person has to take accountability for not addressing the red flags. You have to have some type of accountability to why you didn't address your red flags.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
But the thing about it is, and I think men, I want to, and I'm not all men, right? But I'm inclined to say that a woman would be more willing to be transparent and take ownership of what role she plays in a man. Most men, not all men, right? A woman will say, no, I'm not all women either because I've seen situations where a woman just take no accountability, none. Like it's all him. It's him, and I think he said, what'll never happen? A man? He's talking about a man. Thomas Mack.
Thomas, what will never happen? A man taking accountability for trying to play a woman out? Is that what you're saying? I think that's what he's saying. Men don't take accountability for trying to play women out.
Well, it should. I don't want to make this a men only that got red flags because some women have red flags also. But I do think that it's important. Like, yo, listen, I can say, some people would be like, I didn't see it. I didn't know. It just happened. Right?
Don't nothing just happen.
I can sit down and write. Yeah, I knew that red flag number 1, red flag number 2, red flag number 3. But again, emotionally, right? When you're emotionally invested in a person, a lot of times it's hard to just kind of walk away.
Right? It is. It's hard to walk away once you're in it. Like once you're in it, like once you're in that relationship and you have already said, I'm going to be in this relationship with this person, it's harder to walk away. But in those beginning stages, when you notice those red flags and things like that, it's like, nah, this ain't for me.
But that's something different. Remember the what's her name? The comedian, when she was like, the man that do you so good, you give him the car keys and he don't even have a license. That's real.
You see our devil child up here. Women and accountability don't mix like oil and water.
What you talking about, Willis?
I told you, Thomas is our devil child. He is our devil viewer.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
No, we got
women take accountability for
all the time.
Not most. Some, not most.
Reese,
Derek.
Reese, what's
Some,
name?
not most. Can we be honest? Some, not most.
Most
okay, so I didn't say all. Some, not, okay, some, not all, but some, right?
Right, that's what I said.
Because y'all like what that's a fact. Now that I agree with. We will disregard a red flag because we like what we like, especially if we giving it up.
Giving what up? Money?
That good.
The penis.
Something about
Not
that.
Peter Weeder though.
That
no
Peter Weeder. You forget a lot.
Peter Weeders. Dickmatized. They dickmatized.
Yeah, for real. It happens. That's a fact. It happens.
That's a true story though. Women will just for that. They'll be there forever. He could be cheating,
cut your friend off, don't pay your bills, all kind of stupid nonsense. Trust me, it happened. But he loved me.
Yeah, but if he laying down that D, you forget every red flag that he ever showed you. It starts turning green real fast.
Thomas Mark, that's a transparent moment. Accountability, all that.
But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Women disregard red flags for 100 different reasons.
But men do too. Men do.
They do.
But they won't say it. I know. I have a friend who his woman is always out and he always with the kids. And I'd be like, yeah, she got to do. No, she don't. Why you acting like that?
I'm mad you told him she got to do.
Until one day I seen her at a function and I was on the phone with him. I was like, yo, where your girl at? He was like, oh, she went to the mall. I said, no, she did. She right here in Cunningham Park at this biker fest with all these dudes. And he got hung up on me. He got upset. But why you upset with me? You should be upset with her.
Because you're the one dropping the nonsense in his lap.
That's nonsense?
Well, would you rather know than not know?
I'm not supposed to tell him nothing?
So, Derek, if I came to you and I said the girl that you dating saying she's somewhere, she tell you she's somewhere else and she really here, and I'm looking at her dead on her face, you wouldn't want me to call you and be like, bruh.
No. There's a difference. This is, you're talking about what Lala is saying. What Lala was doing was, first she's telling him all this time that this woman got another dude, right? And then she calls him with the dude with the chick in the face, like that was like I told you so. And nobody likes to.
I told you with the proof, because again, nobody believes nothing until you see it yourself. Now today, right. I'm gonna pick up the phone and I'm gonna FaceTime you and I'm gonna say hi, hello. You can't say it wasn't me.
That's the proof, right? The proof is in the pudding.
And not for nothing, most of the time people do stuff like that and still stay with the person. So sometimes it doesn't even matter. That's a big red flag. But
that's why I don't tell people when I find that they man or their man or their woman is cheating, I'm on my business and I don't act like I don't see nothing because it's none of my business.
Wow.
I'm not.
Yikes.
Don't let me find out. Don't let me find out you knew, because then our friendship is over.
What?
Our friendship is good as over. Hang it up.
Yeah, that's a tough one, though. That's a tough one.
I'm not doing it because what's the point of doing it? I'm gonna sit up here and tell you that your person is cheating on you or whatever, and then you still with that person. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing changed, and he's still cheating.
Let me say this. Now, if I see my friend's husband and somewhere eating with a female, I'm gonna find out who the female is first, because it could be a cousin or aunt or somebody, right? But I'm gonna watch. And it's safe to say that my friend, I can act I can act on behalf of them.
I hear that.
So if I see my friend's husband with another woman, and let's say they kissing up and all of that, I'm stepping to the force. I got something to say. I'm not gonna be rude or disrespectful, and I'm definitely not gonna make a scene. But you gonna know. Hold on. Matter of fact, I might call my friend and be like, "Where you at? Meet me at such and such." Because what you're not gonna get is a chance to say it never happened.
Exactly.
I'm the jealous friend and I like you because I saw you with another chick.
Not the jealous.
Somebody on Instagram said you guys should go on YouTube. You will reach a much more.
We are on YouTube.
We are on YouTube. Gallery. We're on YouTube and TikTok. We're on everything, honey. But what was I about to say? I can't remember now. I lost my train of thought. I forgot. Just that quick.
So we got the moral, right?
Oh, I was talking about not telling my friend if their husband is cheating or their girlfriend. It's none of my business. I'm just not mind my business. I'm not doing it.
She said, if I see my friend's husband, I'm not saying anything except for one friend. Most women already know that their husband is cheating.
Go ahead, tell her, Miss Darlene. Tell her, Miss Darlene.
I can understand. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I can understand that. I do agree with that, but I also think that there are certain friends that you know if they know or not.
I'm not doing it.
Based on behaviors. Because again, behaviors don't have to change for somebody to cheat, whether it be man or woman, right? It doesn't have to be anything going on in your house for you to cheat. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just a person within itself. So I hear people sometimes say, everything was great. I don't know what happened. Right? So you got some friends where they man just don't come home. Like, well, I probably wouldn't say nothing to that either. But I have friends where I know they man's with them all the time, and if I see him with another chick, I'm G-checking him. I'm sorry.
I'm useless.
I might sit down and be like, can I get a drink, please?
That's my red flag. My personal red flag. I mind my business. So I'll get into new.
So I got a question. So let me ask you. So is that the same if your husband or your man or your wife has a friend and you're close with the friend? Your husband has a friend and you're close with his friend's wife, and then one day he brings another woman to your house?
Wait,
that's crazy.
Wait, say that again.
That's not going to end well.
Your husband's friend and his wife, you and his wife are close, and he decides one day to bring his side chick to your house and not his wife. You still mind your business?
My husband or my husband's friend?
Your husband's friend.
Oh, she getting out. You're not gonna cheat in my house.
Exactly, yeah.
No, we're not doing that. If I see you outside, that's something different. But you ain't bringing nobody to my house.
Right.
Now I am gonna call your wife because now you just being straight up disrespectful.
Yeah, I'm gonna call her and be like, "What you doing, hey girl? What you doing?"
Like, yeah, like nah, bro. We ain't.
Come over here.
Come over here.
Absolutely. Come over here.
And I'm gonna bop my husband in the back of his head for even allowing him to think it's okay to bring some other chick to my house.
Well, first of all, the husband probably didn't even know that he was bringing another chick to the house because we would never sign up for that.
They know.
That's your story.
No.
Bring somebody to somebody else's house and don't let them know.
No, yeah, you like I'm bringing a friend. I'm bringing a friend by something like that. But he's not going to openly say like I'm about to bring my side chick over, but come through real quick.
You have a chick.
First of all,
have a chick to my house, and I'm cool with your wife. I don't care who she is.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. If he's saying it's all in the wording, because first of all, a husband is not going to mess up his night for anybody. For nobody. So if me and Lala are married, and my boy is bringing Cat over to the house, and I know that Lala is cool with his wife, I'm not. My night is ruined. When he's going on home, she's spazzing on me because
you damn right. Party over.
No dude is trying to do
Party is the fuck over. Y'all all get out.
Nah, we're not doing that. A fella look at each other like, nah, you playing games, nah, you bugging. We turn into slaves immediately.
All right, Bridget and Miss Darlene. Bridget said, Darlene, you better tell me. That's Darlene.
We be straight inhibition slavers up here. Like, you better get from around here before my wife come downstairs and see this.
You damn right, because
Get
then your
from
wife
here
gonna
now.
be like, "Oh, that's a red flag."
No red light. We ain't turned no light
Damn,
on.
gonna be
Nothing.
looking at my
All we
husband
doing
like,
the chain not even coming off the door. We just opening up the door with the chain lock. We're like, you better get from here. Get.
So it's safe to say that in life, everybody has some type of red flag, right? Everybody has some type
Yeah.
of something that another person may not like. So does
Right.
that mean that any red flag you see, you just choose to you're gonna just not deal with anybody, or
No, that's why
understand
I
that
said it has to
nobody
be
is
levels
perfect
to
and
it.
that you get to change. You have to decide what you're willing to deal with based on the amount of red flags. Is there a amount of numbers of red flag, or is just something that's just off limits completely?
There's levels to it. You gotta have
I just think
levels to it.
it's definitely level sort because I think everybody, like I said before, everybody got a red flag. It's just what are you willing to compromise with?
Mhm.
Right.
Because I could turn your red flag into something pink. Because I could probably deal with something that I may not like, but I'm damn sure gonna speak on it though. I'm not gonna just be like, oh, I don't see it. Like, no, we got to have a conversation
Right.
because this ain't what I do. So, I mean, I could compromise and I could bend just a little bit, but let's not let certain things get out of hand because then your ass, yeah, bye. I got a very little tolerance for BS, and yeah, no, I'm gonna take it
Yeah.
up with the board. He said, "Just you got to go." So, women with male friends is a red flag. Thomas says women with male friends are is a red
Male
flag.
best
Why is
friends.
that a red
Why
flag,
why is that a
Thomas?
red
Male best
flag?
friends. Male best friends are definitely a red flag.
But why?
What do you mean, but why?
Why? Why they a
Because
red
number
flag?
one, a male best friends are privy to things that they shouldn't. And that if they weren't a best friend or quote unquote quote best friend, they would never be privy to. A regular guy would not be privy to a woman. Male best friends can be in the room while she getting dressed. Male best friends can know
My
where all
male
the
best
dead
friend
bodies
cannot
are.
be in the
Male
room.
best friends, no. Mm-mm.
My male best friend cannot be in the room with me while I'm getting dressed. But my male best friend do know a lot about
It might go down.
you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I'm just being honest. I have two male besties, and they know a lot about me in my life.
Yes, I
But
do.
I am not about to sacrifice my two besties that happen to be men because my man is what?
Because your man is what?
Because you being insecure about a male best friend that been here waiting for you.
Right, but that's what. But there's different. Like I said, there's layers to everything. So there's layers to even to male best friends. And if you are meeting this person and being introduced to this person as your best friend, a man is going to pick up from the jump if this guy is just a if this guy is just a is he just what he say he is? He's a best friend, or is he just a patient dog waiting for you to mess up? So you because I think I said this before. Women put men in these positions that they never signed up for.
What do you mean?
Friend zone is a friend zones. If a man come to you, he did not come to you and say, you know what, I want to be your best friend. You placed them there. You put
Well,
them
maybe he placed her
labeled
there.
them. Huh?
Maybe he placed her there.
No, maybe she placed him there. Men most time, if a man comes and say, "Hey, Lala, I want to be your friend." Number one, we already know that's all. We already know that's the first pickup line. Like, yo, you got a girlfriend, you got a boy, you got a man. Yeah, I got a man. You can't have a friend. Yeah, I got a friend. We cool. We go out. We eat together. We laugh. We play. Now it's like my best friend. He like my brother. He like my brother. No, he not.
Yeah.
Because your brother not trying to smash. I think I said that a long time. I think that was like season 2 or season 1. We did a show on that. And I'm like, if you want to know if you want to know if your friend is really your friend, hit your friend up and ask him do they want it like, yo, like I'm hard up, like lend me some meat
She said,
until I can catch
I
up.
completely disagree.
Like lend me some meat. And if he tell you go ahead with that, they go ahead, stop playing with me, get out of here. If he does that, then okay, then he's your friend. But I can guarantee you, most of these females out here who got these male best friends, the moment they ask them for some, and I think YouTube is full of those scenarios where the guy like, I'm about to ask the girl like I'm about to ask my best friend to smash. And he be having before she even get the whole word out of him. Now he like you bugging, stop. And the next thing you know, this cat taking off his pants. Like, oh, you.
I already know my male best friends don't want to smash, so it's not a problem. So
yeah, but that's why I said there are layers to this whole male best friend thing. And when you are, is the difference between you having a male best friend that you literally raised up with. Yeah. That's a whole different genre of a best friend. Then today's this is my boy or this is my brother type stuff.
Ty is my brother. Like my bestie. We've been best friends for 30 years.
See,
so
that's a whole nother playground.
Yeah, so
why is the playground? It's still a male.
But it's a whole different playground. Because by now 30 years they already cemented their relationship. 30 years, nobody is sitting around talking about, oh, I secretly been wanting to smash her for 30 years.
You never know. It's possible.
I don't think his wife would appreciate that.
What happened?
I don't think his wife would appreciate that.
And if you keep it all love, if you're making sure that your friend, your man and your best friend are meeting each other, they're socializing together, they're having an opportunity to really meet each other and build a rapport with each other, then that's what it is. But most times you have these females who have their best friends and their best friends are off limits to their boyfriend. And that's the red flag.
Okay, thank you.
I'm stingy with my friends, so you
no.
Thanks for that.
I'm like, what you mean no?
No.
I'm very stingy with my friends.
I know you're very stingy with your friends.
You'll be able to meet my best, my best friends or whatever, but y'all ain't like hanging tight, like boom, boom. No, that's my damn best friend. No. Mess around and slip up and say something you ain't got no business saying. No, thank you, sir.
What is he slipping up saying? What could he slip up and say?
Anything I have confided into him throughout our 30 years of friendship may slip out his mouth one day. Drunk, hanging out with hubby. No.
You doing it?
No.
You doing it. Jackie, you got to cut it out. Get your own friends.
Exactly, Jackie. Get your own damn friends.
All y'all got to cut it out. Because, first of all, because if the shoe was on the other foot, y'all would not be cool with him having a female best friend.
But I'm not insecure. I wouldn't have a problem.
That's not insecure. That's not. There's a difference between. It is not insecurity. That has nothing to do with insecurity. It's not being stupid. Once again, like I said earlier, the Bible tells us about using wisdom.
What?
And so it's about using wisdom and knowing the difference. Okay. So it's not about insecurity. Insecurity is I don't want you around any man. That's insecurity. Now if I'm coming to you as your man, and I'm telling you that I'm getting he want to smash vibes, then you don't want to listen. We're already gonna have a problem.
Okay.
No, Darlene, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is my bestie, because Darlene says, "Are you saying that you share more with your bestie than your husband?"
Yeah, probably.
All I'm saying is that my bestie has known me before my husband. So therefore, my husband is gonna get what he got when he met me. He don't need to know who I was before him. He only needs to know who I am today. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Everybody screams. Everybody wants to scream insecurity because it's easy to dismiss how your person feels when you scream, when you hide it behind insecurity. But if a female, like I said,
I mean, y'all saying that a woman having a male friend is a red flag, but what makes it such a red flag?
But I told you what it is. I told you there's levels to it.
Because he want to smash her. That makes it sound insecure. Because
how is that now? Okay. Wait. Hold on. So
okay, I gotta head out, guys.
Well, we got 5 minutes. The show's about to get over. We not staying on here for 2 hours.
No, you surely are not. No. Not tonight.
Won't do that.
We all work today.
So I don't have a report card night. We getting off of here in 3 minutes. We got 2 minutes to wrap up.
Look, I gotta finish my little winey wine, in peace.
Well, I just want to thank you guys for having me. Right.
Thank you for coming, Lala. You know you welcome to come out anytime you want to.
You know, I'm gonna come back as many times as you allow me. But make sure y'all check me out on my own podcast. Let's Unpack That 27. Let's Unpack That 27 on Instagram.
Yes, y'all follow Lala. She got her podcast coming out.
This Friday is dropping.
I'm dropping the episode on Friday. I got Deacon as a guest.
And when where can they see it at YouTube?
So it's gonna be on YouTube, but I'm gonna put like snippets on Instagram so people can tell them where to look at the full episode.
All right. So it's
for
Let's Unpack, right?
Yeah, Let's Unpack That 27.
What's the
Let's
first
Unpack
episode
at 27. What will we unpack? She gonna unpack you, Thomas. That's what she gonna unpack.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for the first episode.
Yes, her first episode is airing Friday on YouTube. So y'all go out there, check her out.
It's called Let's Unpack That After Dark. So it'll be launched by like 7 on Friday.
All
right.
It's always that after dark.
We're looking forward to you.
Thank you. Take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Lala. Thank you.
Now let's get to these comments. In my opinion, the focus should be between you and your significant other. Nothing can happen unless she allows it. You're absolutely right. Everything you said is right. But nothing can. But the fact of the matter that you are willing to keep someone around that is giving off those vibes shows the level of respect that you have for your significant other, and that's where the issue comes in at. So if he cannot have a female that you do not get good vibes around, if he kept that person around, it would be a problem. That's the whole point. Kat, let's be real. If your man had a female around him that you did not get good vibes from, but he said, nah, whatever, that's my people's, it would be a problem. It wouldn't just be okay. You would be like, all right, well, that's your friend.
It would depend on how long he knew this person. Because you know me. First of all, don't use me as no example. Because I don't like nobody.
But even you.
I don't like nobody. It's
right.
I take that back. I do like people, but it's very hard for me to like new people that enter into my space. But if this is a person that is his friend and I don't get a good vibe, okay, that's your friend. And if that being your friend for a long period of time, that's your friend. I'm just ain't coming around the chick. That's it. That's y'all. Y'all want to hang out and do y'all friend thing? More power to you.
More power to you. And when he hits you and say, "Oh, I'm going out with Lala tonight. I'll be home a little bit later. It's Lala's birthday. I'm going out with Lala tonight. I'll be home later." And you gonna be like, "All right, bet. See you then." Stop it.
Yeah, why not? That's his friend. If that's his best friend, and that's his best friend, like I said, depends on how long they've been
right,
friends.
Key. Right. Thank you. Thank you.
It would not. It depends on how long they've been friends. I can't stop you from being friends with somebody that you knew way before me. It's just that simple. Because it can't be a double standard. If I'm not gonna let go of my best friend that happens to be a man, how can I ask you to let go of your best friend? Because I'm not gonna do it, so I can't expect you to do it.
Right, but that's the double standard. That's the double standard we're talking about. If I cannot, if your best friend, if my best friend is okay, if you got a problem with my best friend and I'm not supposed to curb them or distance myself out of respect for you, then that goes on both ways. That goes both ways. And if you can't do it on both ways, if both parts can't do it, then it's a problem.
I'm never getting rid of my best friend's eye.
And I'm not telling you should.
No, I'm just saying, like, if that's a non-negotiable. Like, and that's that. You just can't. If you can't deal with it or you can't accept it, then I'm sorry. I'm not getting rid of him. Not my tata.
Number one, first thing, a real friend, a true friend will understand if your relationship if you're in the beginning stages of a relationship, that they need to back off to allow your relationship to do what it needs to do. Because if they're your true friend, hold on. Because your true friend is going to want to see you happy. If they feel that this is a good fit for you, then they're going to back off and allow for things to happen and things to get in place. And then they're going to be there to root you on for your relationship and be there to build a relationship with the other person. Mm-hmm. The people who feel like, oh, I don't need to back off, or I don't need to go, I was here first, or stuff. Those are the ones who don't care. They don't want you to be in a relationship in the first place because they too interested in making sure.
And like I said, it depends on the time you was with, how long y'all been friends. And like I said, and I stand 10 toes down in this one. So I ain't going nowhere. That's been my friend for 30 years. And if my husband got a problem with Ty, we're gonna have to sit down. We got to have a conversation about what is the problem. Because Ty is a non-negotiable in my life. That's my bestie. He been my friend for 30 years. You only been my husband for 3 years. Like, no.
But I said from the beginning, there's levels to this. There's levels to it. So you can have your 30-year friendship. But we're not talking about your 30-year friendship. We're talking about your 10-year friendship of who this dude has just been, who met you trying to holler at you, and you say, oh, it just turned into us being friends. I look at him like a brother.
Okay, that's something different.
Right, but that's
what I had said earlier. I said it depends on how long the friendship.
And I agree with you.
Because if it's just some person that you just been hanging out with, and now that's like, bruh, no, I could let that go, but I'm not letting go of my 30-year friendship with my friend. That's not happening ever. Never, ever. Who determines what's unhealthy? Jackie wants to know who determines what's unhealthy.
Y'all both determine what's unhealthy. If someone is the topic of a lot of y'all arguments, then that is unhealthy. Thank you, T. That's what I'm talking about.
Thomas, put them horns back in your head, because you're just trying to start trouble.
But he's factually right. If you
your loyalty is supposed to be to your husband, but right. it doesn't, especially if you're a Christian. Don't cut it out.
That was a little extra, but I felt that dig.
Oh, whatever. No, your loyalty is supposed to be to your husband, and I'm going to be loyal to my husband. That's the whole reason why we are married, because I have loyalty to my husband. But what I'm not going to do, which my husband is going to already know this from the door, is that my friendship with this particular person ain't going nowhere. So if he had a problem with that before he became my husband, then maybe he just wouldn't be my husband, because I'm not getting rid of my friend. Sorry.
That's crazy.
I don't care.
The Bible does not tell us anywhere that a woman shall leave her best friend and that means if that person is not your mother, if that's not your father, if it's not your brother, then that person is expendable.
Thomas, go find Eve. Lord of mercy. It's okay though. I'm just we even though we about to get off here, I just want all the people to understand and know. Don't be a recitessa. Okay.
Oh God.
Know who the hell you marry. Do not ignore all of those dangerous red flags that she was ignoring. Address the red flags. Address the red flags in the room. I know you do, Thomas. I know you do. That's why you always welcome to come on and be the devil, to be our devil viewer. Yeah, don't end up not knowing who you marry or who you dating, and they bring you through this toxic roller coaster of a ride, and then you ends up damaged, PTSD, don't want to date nobody else because you got to do background checks. You got to meet the family, meet the kids. You got to meet everybody before you understand that it's a real thing because you traumatized. Recitessa's story. Even though she was
BS to me, but okay.
She was foolish in a lot of many ways. But she was
smart in many ways. She made decisions. She made decisions that she knew was going to give her a darn good story. That's
whatever, whether it's a story, whether she made the story up, whether it's true, whether it's not true, it still makes you think about the red flags that you should definitely be looking at when you are dating, when you are in a relationship. Like, how much compromise are you really going? How much are you willing to compromise when it comes to the red flags? Because some red flags got to be a non-negotiable. Like, bro, you got to go. It's just that simple. You gotta step up out of here because this ain't it. And if she would have did that before she moved that man into that house, she wouldn't be a traumatized woman right now. So that's all I got to say about red flags. Address the red flags. That's all you got to do. You don't have to act like you don't see them. Address them and move on if that's what you choose to do. Oh, definitely, Darlene. I definitely agree. Darlene said she didn't make that up. If we were honest, so many would have done the same thing. And a lot of women do it. That's why we talking about the red flags, because a lot of women do it. They ignore all these damn red flags, get into this whole big relationship and make it last for longer than it need to last, or because in the name of I wanted a husband, I wanted kids.
I agree with that, but I definitely still feel that was made up, and I feel like she just compiled a bunch of stories that she've either dealt with or known of over the course of years, and now turned it into this awesome monologue that everybody's sitting around eating up, like, and then we're gonna find out 10 years from now
because it's reality for people. When people
and that's what makes a good movie.
Something, that's what they're gonna go with,
and that's what makes a good movie.
But that's, like I said, no matter what, whether it's made up or whether it's not, it's still relatable. And people in real life do go through that type of trauma with some of these men, which is why y'all run around here saying women so toxic. But women do actually go through a lot when it comes to a man because they deal with so much.
They do. They absolutely do. No doubt about that.
Thomas, get your boy. Get your boy. Get him. Derek, you got anything else to say about red flags? Because Derek act like he ain't had no red flags. Like men
No, I
don't
told
be
you I had a
doing
bunch of red flags.
red flags and being
I
these
have a bunch of red flags. I do. I don't play those games. For red flag, you know, and Cat, you know firsthand. I don't play. I know my block and delete hand finger is very strong.
I will let your ass go to the left.
Block, delete, block, delete, block, delete.
Delete and block, delete. And
No.
y'all stay the hell. And I just want to say this too: stay off them damn dating sites. Seriously, like y'all about to say that y'all gonna end up just like her, messing around with some damn dating apps. I ain't never even heard of Hinge. Wherever that came from, God bless them. But y'all stay off them damn dating apps. That shit ain't good. Meet people the old-fashioned way. And get to know people. Don't just be moving people in your house. Get to know people. Absolutely not. I learned the hard way. I hear you, Charnette. How you doing, daughter? But I mean, people really do have to watch out for those flags and just don't accept anything and everything, because sometimes you just gotta say, okay, enough is enough. It's time for me to go. Don't get caught up in no marriage. And he got 10,000 red flags before y'all even get to the altar. Don't do that.
Same thing, fellas. Don't do that, fellas. Don't let her trick you.
Trick?
Don't let her trick you.
Don't no damn woman be tricking nobody.
It's
y'all men. Never accept the bare minimum. Exactly, women. Never accept the bare minimum.
Fellas, don't accept the bare minimum. You deserve to be dated too. You deserve to get flowers sent to your job, and you deserve that too.
Nobody never said that a man don't deserve to be spoiled, Derek. It's just you gotta know what kind of man you spoiling.
You deserve those things. Don't allow nobody else to tell you don't.
Everybody deserves to be happy, and everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody deserves to be loved, but you got to know your boundaries. You got to set your boundaries and don't let nobody cross them, because that's when you let too many red flags just go, and then here you is in toxic world, and then every man on the face of the earth ain't shit because of one person. Like I said, we all have been played by somebody at least once in our lives. We all have been played, and we ignored all the red flags because we live in our heads sometimes.
Stop living in your head and stop looking at her as she walk away.
Because these men give you these fake ass fairy tale stories.
And these women do too. And these women give you these fake behind booties. They give you these fake behind booties and jugs, and then you just want to forget all the red flags because she got full lips and her lips all full, and she put on lipstick and lip gloss. You be like, oh, forget the red flag. No. If she tell you she got good box, just take her word for it and keep it moving. You ain't gotta find out. That's a red flag.
That's it. Derek about to make me choke.
You are a king. You are a king, fellas. If they can't treat you like a king, don't let them treat you like no jester. Enough's enough.
All right, y'all. That's it. I'm not giving Derek no more ammunition. Y'all, I thank y'all for tuning in tonight.
Hold on, I got to make my announcement about the stand up for the community. If you are in the if you are in the Patterson area, we are doing an initiative, initiative for our youth. It's called Stand Up for the Community. Stand Up for Our Youth. which is a series of comedy shows that are happening every Thursday, starting this Thursday until the end of March. This Thursday, we're having the hilarious Bill the Billionaire, who's about to drop his comedy special on Amazon Prime April 1st. So we have to support these brothers and these sisters who are making these moves, or making and support them now while you can touch them and see them, because in a couple of months or a year or two, you can't. Then you be like, oh, I remember that guy. No, you had a chance to support him. Now these comedians are volunteering their time and their energy to raise money for the youth of Patterson, specifically the ones who attend the Great Falls Youth Center. They have an awesome opportunity to go and be a part of something of a life-changing experience, and we want to be there to make sure that our kids can get that experience. So what the ask is we're asking for 140 people to donate $45. That's an Uber Eats meal. 140 people to donate $45 for the youth of our city, so that they can go and be a part of this awesome life-changing experience. So you can do it a couple of ways. You can find on the flyer on our pages. You can see the flyer on our pages, have to scan. You can scan it. There's also a code. You could come to the show, or do all three and come to the show. Let's put these people are volunteering their time. So come to the show.
Hilarious. So come out to the show. It's a free show. The only thing they ask it of you, if you would donate $45 to sponsor a child to go to this event in April. So just $45, and you get to sit, chill, get some laughs for free,
and go home. They're not even keeping you late. You'll be out. You'll be on your way home by 8:00.
All the performances will be done at the Great Falls Youth Center.
52 Front Street. 52 Front Street, Patterson, New Jersey.
Yes. So come out, support Bill on Tuesday. Derek, you're going to be doing one too, right?
I'm hosting all of them.
Okay, so everybody could go out and support. Derek is going to be hosting. And don't forget, this is for the kids. So if the comedians are volunteering their time and not asking for no pay, so we can at least go out, support, get some laughs, and do something good for our youth in Patterson.
Absolutely.
We appreciate y'all. So and y'all be able to find a flyer on the Candid Conversations page, whether it be on Instagram and on Facebook, or you can hit us up, or you can see it on our personal pages, and you can always hit Derek up for any more information that you may need or want to know about sponsoring a child to go to this event in April.
Doors open at 6:00. Showtime is 7. They're not gonna hold you long. You'll be on your way home by 8.
Exactly. So, and don't forget, tune in Friday. Let's Unpack 27 is going to be her first podcast. So let's give Lala some love and some support. And we will see y'all again Tuesday, 8:00. Same time, same place. Y'all can also leave some comments on what topics y'all would like us to talk about, so we can all be happy and be part of the same conversations that our viewers want to talk about. So, and also I need some women to hit me up. Y'all can inbox me on my personal page or Candid Conversations page for a women's roundtable. So, like I said, hit me up in my inbox. I'm going to be making some phone calls to some of my special ladies. So, if you want to join and support, and we do this roundtable together, just hit me up and we'll get this popping. Other than that, stay blessed. Stay in the house because it's raining. And y'all have a good rest of y'all week. Yes, Thomas. Yes. Y'all have a great rest of y'all week. Stay blessed. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace, love, and blessings.